Om. Namaste, welcome to Satsang today, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And a big welcome to all who are joining us via broadcasting, that you may derive equally, stand to derive the benefit that we can right here, as one Sangha field. Now today, I was not here to hear the announcements, but I believe it was mentioned about this afternoon, and that Satsang will finish. I see a note on the table. Satsang today, please finish by 12. So, I am now have to say to you, be finished by 12. Plenty of time. Especially if you don't expect to do one by one, but you hitch a ride. You hitch a ride, same one realization like that. So, okay. You are there? You come, Pani. That's amazing. You see what happened now, see? I pointed her right here. He comes from way over there. I must have pointed like this. Okay, my love, please come.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say.
Why thank you? Thank you for what, you say?
For allowing me to be empty.
So beautiful, no? So beautiful.
But
Thank you for allowing me to be empty. Who speaks like that? Huh? It is true. Someone also came, she says, thank you for allowing me to be no one. Does anybody know what it feels like to be nobody? Yes, you see? And they're very happy. Nobody told you that, you see? To be, if somebody in our society tell you you're nobody, huh? But some people have discovered what it is to be no one. And thank you for allowing me to be no one, to be empty. How can you say thank you to be empty, to be no one?
thank you. Thank you.
Just don't tell anybody about it. They won't understand. What? Outside you appear to be somebody, sometimes you have to pretend to be somebody. You know, sometimes they ask you also, would you please think about it? And you have to pretend to be thinking. Because you're not able to think about something which in normal culture and tradition, that sounds a terrible thing. You're stuck, you can't think. What's wrong with you? And yet it's not like that. Somehow there's a knowing that does not have to go through the process of thinking. Of course there's a time to think, and practical, useful thinking, but thinking of a psychological nature, this is not helpful. Thinking in which you are caught up in some personal notion or opinion and identity, this is not helpful. Practical thinking is fine because it doesn't leave any deep impression in the consciousness to then come up later to trouble you again later. We are going to come into this, some people very, slow release tablet, coming slowly. And others, they will just get it. Yes, thank you. You're out of trouble in the most beautiful way. Very good.
Thank you, Mooji.
Thank you.
Mine wants to come and say something, but nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. It is said also in the Bible, it said that in the temptation of Christ, it is said the devil, because after his baptism, he went out into the wilderness. He was compelled somehow by the Spirit to go into the wilderness. He didn't go to see his friends and have a party and talk about his baptism. He went in the wilderness by himself. He took no one with him. Why you would do something like this? In the wilderness, nobody lives there. Why you go there? To be alone, because the next thing was going to be very important. He was going to be tested, you see? And going to be tempted also. Now, how can you be tempted unless you are temptable? So some things has to come up. For these you don't need your friends now. That moment was a singular moment, and that you have to face this by yourself. And each temptation that came, he defeated, he transcended the temptation, just by his scriptural understanding. He responded to the voice. He went in the wilderness and he met the devil. Does the devil live in the wilderness? Where did he come from? He was there and Jesus just happened to be passing by. Oh, I hit him. No, it was something, that same energy that is in us, that seemed to work to create a duality in you, to create distractions, and to speak lies or to arise as pride when you should be humble, or to speak as though it knows when it's only speculating. You see? That wants to sabotage your freedom, to prevent you from waking up. Why would such a power be there? It's part of the game. You're going to use this power. At first, we feel attacked by it. Please listen. At first, we feel attacked by this power. Why you feel attacked by it? Because you want to do something and it is standing in the way. And then you say, this thing is stopping me from success, it's stopping me from this. But that's not the whole story. Because you don't know if this thing, it is stopping you from personal egoic fulfillment. We think that if I get what I want as an ego, meaning the one who is not totally aware of the truth of himself, if you were getting everything that you desire at the ego level, you would never grow beyond ego. So somehow there is something more there. There's more auspiciousness than at first seems. Because later, as you wake up to the truth, that one won't come to, he will not be able to disturb you. So for a while, we are disturbable because we are also living in a state of ignorance. You see? After he overcome this voice, he grew strength from it. And after he overcome, it said the devil left him for an opportune moment, which means, I'll come back. I'll be back. When you're weak or you're feeling lonely, I'll be there for you. Okay? Because it will come to find your weakest link. They say the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. If all the links are strong but one is weak, that's as strong as a chain will be. It will come, and these forces, they will come sometimes to try and somehow you'll feel weakened by them. And it comes and goes, it comes and goes. But in everything, have the attitude that you're getting stronger and more true and open and so on. But this really, right now, you have gone right through all of that. If you're able to say, thank you for helping me or allowing me to be empty, then if you can stay like that, not by force and effort, but by pure realization, pure understanding, then this power, the mind says, and you already answered, it says, it wants to say something, but there's no way in for it right now. Maybe another moment may come and you are not so alert, and maybe he goes a bit more deeper in. But let's see.
Thank you very much. Love you.
Love you. Very good. Okay, no, I want to hear from you then, and we can come back to
Namaste.
Namaste.
there is something that blocks me from that recognition, and I don't know, it doesn't vanish.
Okay. Okay, it is enough what you say. He says there is something that blocks me from the recognition. First, you must know what the recognition is. Why you say from the recognition of what?
Of that.
Of that. And you say of that. So, of that. So something blocks me from the recognition of that. That meaning what? Your true self? Yes. Now, intuitively you pointed to here and you say, from that. Something blocks me from the recognition of this. What could that be that could block you from recognition of this?
The mind.
Yeah?
The mind.
The mind?
Mind.
It would mean that your true self, because to block something, there must be at least 3 factors or components. There's a thing that wants to go there, there's the place it wants to get to, and there's a thing that comes between. So, the recognition of the self is that behind the mind, and the mind comes and you are here. Can the thing which you say blocks me from this, can the mind get between this and you? Actually, no chance. No chance. How it can feel like this and why I can say so sharply, so firmly, the mind cannot, then why does it feel like it can? Because one, you believe it can. You believe you are not the self. At least you're not the self yet. We believe like that. You believe you are your person. And the person is trying to reach the God self, the awakened state or something like that. And this is a popular view. Right in almost all religions it feels like this. Something is blocking me from the self. So I want to just look at this with you, if we can together look at it. First, there's 3 things. One is the one who feels I am blocked. Next is the thing that you seem to be blocked from. And the third thing is the thing that is the block. The one who says, I feel blocked from finding the real self. It is totally imagined. It's not an easy thing to get across. It's not an easy, I thought it was going to sound easier, but as I speak it doesn't sound so easy, although I know, but only because I have to convey this in a way that it is grasped. I can't speak to you of something you cannot make use of. You see? So, intuitively I know this, energetically I know, that what I said, did you grasp it, you see? That the one who says, I am separated from my higher self, I want to get there, that this one is not true. Well, what I've spoken is true, that one is not true. But nobody believes, everyone believes that the idea you have of yourself is true. Or mostly, or at least sometimes. For the first time, I feel a bit stuck, you know. How to convey it. Because it's so clear, you see? It's so simple. But the thing is that perhaps because of its simplicity, and nobody believes it. No one recognizes that the thing you are trying to find is that which you already are. And then it is my presently difficult job to convey what is so simple. But it is good in a way, because even though it is simple, the fact that I'm finding it difficult at the moment to express it shows that I can experience maybe a little bit how it is perceived when we are identified to some extent as a person. Why this simple fact is ill-conceived, not understood, not grasped, you see? So I have to try another door. I have to come to another door. You are aware that you are searching for something, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Maybe one moment you were not feeling the feeling of searching for something, you were watching something on the television or something else. But then comes this, maybe you meet someone or in conversation they mention, and then suddenly it comes again, this urge in you to wake up. And in that moment that the urge arises in you, you suddenly become aware, again, this is what I've been searching for. You maybe say to the person, I've been searching for this for a very long time. I feel I've been searching for this all my life, or even lifetimes. It comes up, and there is a recognition. Here comes the searching feeling again. Can I be right about this? Now I feel like, whoa. And now meeting you, it's awakened a really strong feeling, because I can see that you, at least you understand this what I'm searching. And now please tell me more. So something is aware of the arising of this urge to know, or to meet, to discover, to become, to be free. Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So there's an awareness of this one who is searching, of the searching, and the sense of the one who is searching for it. Am I okay up to here? Should I go over this part again with you? What you said? Are you having trouble listening to me at the moment?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Because this is another thing that happened, you see? This is another thing that happened, you see? You could be a brilliant university student, but in this moment you find it difficult to listen to what I'm speaking. Why? Because something does not want to hear it. It is playing like that. It doesn't really want to. It starts to resist, a feeling of resistance or discomfort come. Is there anything like that? And maybe in an instant, something inside is shut down. It's like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore. Has that happened? You know why it is happening like that? It's like there's a duality functioning. Something wants to know. There's an urge to know. There's so much an urge to know that when I pointed to somebody there, you came from all over there. I pointed to somebody, you come, and you came from over there and you came here. So something inside really wants to be here. It really wants to find out. But as soon as you step up to the microphone, some resistance starts to play, like, it's something in you is sensing that this could turn out a different way. It could turn out that you actually might discover the thing you want to discover. And something inside is going, no. Tell me a little bit what is happening.
it's like that.
Huh? Something is moving like this. 1, 2, I don't want to. 1, 2, don't want to. Huh? Okay, let's start with that also. So there's a movement inside that's not steady. It's kind of, maybe not, kind of. But you are aware of this movement also. Huh? Don't identify with that. Because identifying with what you are perceiving pulls you into that shape. If you stay only as the weakness of it, just you're only watching, you won't get sucked into it. And you can stay watching for longer. Would you like to do this, or you want to call off the search now? You want to stop?
No, I want.
Good, good. So it's good that these things come up, because they are parts of what stops us from really resting fully in the fullness of our truth. I'm happy that they come up, because it happens in everyone. Some resistance, some one. And I perceive it sometimes that there's interest, and the vibration feels high, and at some point the room becomes cold again. Because a depression comes, something comes, and you have dismounted. And then I think, well, I can't speak by myself in this play. So this is why I check in with you. Do you want to continue? Yes, okay, let's go on. So, the desire to find the truth is also perceived in you. It's a feeling you have, very intimately. And you presently identify with the seeker. Now, the seeking you can know, but the seeker feels that it's you. I am the seeker, searching for this awakening or enlightenment or whatever word you want to give it. And you have come and you're speaking with Mooji. We are speaking together, and I'm pointing something, and suddenly some resistance is showing up. And then you're not able to hear what I'm speaking anymore. Maybe your mind starts to go blah, 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 blah. Let's go and have an ice cream, let's get away. It happens actually, this song is a real song, okay? Okay? And it's like this. And something starts to wobble. So this is what I want to know. Are you strong enough to feel this attack or this kind of mischievousness in the mind and still want to go on? Because you're going to have to do it. I want to see if your desire for truth is stronger than the mind's ability to distract you. And my encouragement to you would be, let's go on. And your response will be, thank you. Okay, let's get on. You agree or not? Yes. Because if you don't fight it today, if you don't overcome today, it will have to be another time, another year, another 2 years, another lifetime maybe, we don't know when. Now you're here, now is your chance. Bear the momentary discomfort. It's not going to get worse than that. All the mind can do is go, boo, and you go, ah. That's all actually, because it cannot kill you, it can't kill you. It can make you feel a bit unwell, but are you willing to take it on? Good. So, as I said, simply put, you can feel you're aware that you want to discover the truth. You're aware that it is you and not someone else who wants to. Right now it is you speaking. You are aware that some resistance has come up. So just stay as aware. You're just reporting from awareness. Okay? Now that feeling has come up and you're telling me about it, okay? So from the place where you're only aware, don't identify even with the seeker for a moment. The seeker is also perceived. Please, just try and see. Even yourself as a seeker is known to you. You can write it down in your autobiography. Yes, I'm a seeker of truth, and I spoke with Mooji. Okay, so like that. So you're aware of the seeker being the sense of yourself, the seeking, which is the search for the truth, the resistance that comes up to kind of distract you, to say, that makes you feel like, listen, I just want to give up right now. I don't feel in the mood anymore. That's a feeling that your mind is bringing. Isn't it amazing? The mind is bringing in this feeling of nausea and like, I don't really want to do right now, maybe another time. Avoiding, postponing. These are some of the traits and characteristics of the psychological identity. You're aware of that. What to do about it? Nothing. Just don't identify. You with me still? We're together on it?
Yes.
Good. Like that. You're watching now. So the mind has tried to stop you there. It didn't. We're here now. Okay? You're here now. You're still here. Nothing has fallen off. You're still here. You're just aware of this. Okay? Something is blocking me. We are beginning to discover what that could be. And it could just be the feeling that it's going to be uncomfortable, and don't go there because I'm just going to turn up the discomfort even more. So let's take a look and see. The block is only a thought, the feeling something is blocked, something stops me from realizing my complete self. Okay? What can that be? I say it is only thought. That's my simple answer. It's a thought, but it's a thought that you believe in and you identify with. Both you can change. You can just recognize, well, yeah, okay. Apart from a thought, what is it? The block is imagined to be something really hard. Granite, the block, oh, can't get past. But it's only a thought. Let's go back to the place where you're watching all of this from. I call this room your awareness room. You're just awareness, reporting about the things coming up in your body as resistances, the desire for freedom, the sense of wanting to postpone because there's resistance coming up, and the sense of a block. All of this is just plays happening in your body-mind. But you are in another place of just pure awareness. You're only just aware of all of this. There's no damage done to you. You're simply observing. Can you follow me here?
Yes.
Yes, you're just here. If your person, the sense of your person searching for truth, is itself an appearance watched in a deeper sense of you, then that feeling and any other feeling comes and goes. Something is more constant to recognize the coming and going of any feeling. You're just here. How is the feeling of resistance now?
It's more like blurring.
It's more blurring. So the reason why you can perceive blurring is because you're watching. You're observing now the sensations of some blurring. Then that may change again. So what you're watching is not stable. Sometimes very loud, sometimes very jumpy, now blurred. It's nothing, it's just sensations. And maybe some imagined images coming. That's all. Is anything happening to you as awareness itself? The moods that come, say of fear or discomfort, those sensations, they were watched also. You perceive them, isn't it? You feel them energetically. Are they stable? Are they unchanging? Or is that also changeful? Have they locked in? Have they locked? Because sometimes the feelings can appear just to get locked. And you have the feeling, I'm blocked, I can't move, I can't go anywhere. Even if that is so, it is still only a sensation. The awareness itself is not locked, but the feeling of something being locked is being felt in it, it's arising in it. Can you recognize the difference? Can you recognize the difference? If something feels, and then you say, I'm stuck. And I say, no, you're feeling stuck. There's a feeling of stuckness, but you're only the awareness. Okay? Let the body feel stuck. Even the body is not saying, I'm stuck. It's the mind that's saying, I'm stuck. It's the mind person that's saying, I'm stuck. Or feeling stuck. But is there not something else that perceives the sense of stuckness? To the extent that if the sense of stuckness changes, something may say, oh, I don't feel so stuck anymore. Isn't that being watched? All of this? It's so important. This is the simple way to enlightenment, what I'm showing you. Simple, because it is only about a recognition. And the recognition, why not it happens today? You have started recognizing. How far can you go with the recognizing? It will depend on how much you listen to the fear, or identify with the fear, or how much you're able to look, because inside you is bursting just this, your heart is bursting for freedom. So I have to keep checking in. You with me still, or you want to go and sit down? Has the mind got you? Should we leave it like this now, for the moment? Who is making this decision? Okay, we leave it like this for the moment. Okay. It reminds me one time we were in my house and somebody had come to see me, and he said, you know, I want to come to see you because I keep hearing you talk about freedom and I don't believe it's possible. This happiness, I've never met anybody who's really genuinely happy. Everybody's pretending only. So I was not really too excited to have a conversation about that. But he says, you know, I mean, like, is it really possible? You know, is it really possible? So we got speaking, and as we are talking, in this similar way that I'm speaking with this man, you know, he's looking, and we start to look, and he said, sorry, Mooji, it's a bit hot in here. Can I have a glass of water, please? I said, okay. Some water, just drink water. He says, thank you. I said, okay, should we carry on? Yes. Then we're talking again. He says, sorry, can I go to the toilet? Sorry, go to the toilet, it's just down there in the corridor. He goes, and he can't come back. Comes and he sits down and said, you okay? Yes, I feel better now, thank you. Should we carry on? Yes, let's carry on with this. Again we are speaking, and he said something like, do you mind if I open the window? I said, what is this? I mean, listen, we don't have to do this. We don't have to do this. And then he said, no, it's okay. It's just my mind wants to run away. My mind came up, my mind wants to run away. I said, but that's okay with me. You can both go, no? Then he says, no, please help me, I want to do. And just after this moment, after a few sentences, everything went. Everything is gone. He was just home. This is mine for you. Can you bear its attack? I see. Is you? Come. Come, just you come in there.
Hi, Mooji.
Hi.
My question is on suffering. Like, in the flight, when they say first wear your mask and then do it for the children.
Yes.
I feel like that in the world. Like, I feel, for example, guilty. We are all here now, and outside, what's happening outside? All the children, people, all around the world, we're just suffering and suffering and suffering, and we believe it.
No, not everywhere is suffering. Some people are having a really good time. Not everywhere is suffering.
But you understand what I mean?
I understand how you feel. I understand how it feels because, yes, we can, especially if you listen to the read the newspapers and watch the television and so on, these things are happening also around. You think, oh my God, this is terrible. And there are terrible things. You see? It is terrible that human beings are killing each other. Even thinking negatively of someone is a terrible thing, much less killing them or destroying their habitat or so on. It's terrible. It's terrible because what causes all this? The human being is moved away from the real understanding in himself, and he is confused. He's become selfish. He's become bitter and wicked. Yes, in many places. But in other places, life goes on, little trouble, lot of joy, like this. In some places, like this. But collectively, now we have the global television and so on. So it feels compacted. It seems like it's just around the corner. You could live all your life and never see a mugging, never seen a fight, and yet all your life you're living in terror, simply because it is in the mind like that. You see? So satsang is a very good thing that human beings can get back in touch with what they truly are, who they truly are. And it's not more lectures that we need. It's not more, what you may call charismatic politicians. It's not even more money. It's not even more food, in fact. It is a change of heart. It is an emerging understanding. It is a return to truth in ourselves. That is what is needed. You see? So while you're here, really be here. We are not running away from the world. I don't feel I'm running away from the world. I love the world also. But I also know that it is illusory for me in my heart. It doesn't mean I've rejected it. I know it is illusory, but I know the beings are true. I know the being is one. All this is the expression of the Supreme. So there's a love for it also. But I'm not here to serve the ego, but to remind each one of their origin in the most direct and experiential way.
Yeah, so for example, for me, personally, I feel all the suffering I see and how I take it in me, it's like a really big barrier to overcome even my own ego and my own suffering. It's the suffering around me that really is like very heavy on me.
It is an exaggerated account because sometimes what you may see Sometimes people have to go through some things. It's a very complex field you're looking into. Sometimes we have to go through what maybe you can sometimes suffer more on behalf of the person who you think is suffering. You're suffering more through your projection about them. They have to learn, we all have to learn. We have to taste the sweet and the bitter things of life. And depending upon how much we are still hanging on to just past or judgments and so on, will correlate to how much we are freed of them. It's not just something just wants to do. We don't know the origin or the purpose or the original cause. I can say the original cause in the most pure way is ignorance of the self. But it's not going to, my saying that is not going to make people go, oh, we want to find the self. No, there is so much commitment and identity with personhood, with nationhood, with religionhood, with all of these things, that it's a very warped field, a very strongly distorted field. The beauty of it is that we can change. We can find that. It's not just a spiritual fantasy, it is happening. And more human beings are discovering, as also many are becoming a bit more eccentric and estranged away from what I'm speaking, but there are others who are discovering themselves. And it's not a kind of evangelical movement, but people are waking up to true clarity of the self. And it does not help the world if you are yourself distracted from your own initiative or pursuit for the truth. You cannot say it's because that was going on outside. It seems reasonable what you're saying, but I feel that some of it is a habit of feeling sorry too quickly and not understanding. I'm not saying that there's a justification in the human world for all of these things, make them right, but it happens, and there are different layers of consciousness, which as you grow more internally, you can understand the context and how these things change. Sometimes also a war might change a nation for something better also. It seems a very strong thing to say, but it may make a whole nation more humble, more open, more. We don't know that not everything is so bad, is totally bad, nor is anything that is so good, that is so totally good. It changes and it has seasons. There are countries that were the most peaceful on the planet, and later they became the most, terrible places. Knowing this, we wish for a world that grows towards peace and brotherly love and kindness and compassion, because it's so much more beautiful. It's you can have everything in the world, and you will not come close to one who is content and who has found the truth of the self. And they're not selfish in that way. It's not that they're, don't want to know. No, there's something there that even if they don't speak, they're radiating spiritual influence in the world.
May I ask you something else?
Yes.
About, like, if we imagine it's person like a small light,
A
like
small
a small light.
lake.
Light.
Light.
And when that light starts growing, then you feel more darkness. Just get to it more and more. So I know you. How did you see? How do you experience, like, darkness as we talk about demons or darkness in here among us? Like, I don't know if I'm crazy, because I do see things, and I do, since I'm small, experience this kind of things.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's like trying to drug me, or it's my mind, or what's the reality of it?
But there is a reality to it. 1 minute I'm saying all of it is unreal, and yet I'm saying that there's a reality to it. You see? will you be able to follow, you see? In the global sense, in the total sense, it is a divine illusion in some way. But those words won't mean anything for most people. So I don't speak like that. I prefer that you come to discover it. Because when you discover it in the correct way, you will not be cynical about it. You understand? People understand that, yeah. You see, you cannot not see once you've seen from the heart how it can be. And there are so many levels of consciousness intertwined, and like this, it's moving. How we can understand it? I say, don't try to even understand it. First be the self, and you'll come into a harmony with that. And you'll understand through an affinity with it. You'll come into a sort of a harmony field whereby you simply understand. You may not be able to explain, because people will ask questions, but they're not able to assimilate the answers if the answers were true. The one who knows the capacity of the questioner to assimilate the responses that will make. And so he will give, or she will give, the appropriate response in keeping with the capacity of the listener to absorb and make use of that advice. You see? But yes, all these things are there. What you speak also, whether you're aware of them or not, they are also part of the divine expression.
But we shouldn't be afraid of it or resist.
Well, you cannot help. First, you're ignorant of it. We give different reasons for why we feel the way we feel. But those energies are also there. And they have also, they are already playing in the human field. They are already playing. Angels and demons are here also. Most human beings we don't know. I don't have to talk about that. Maybe you don't need to know about that yet. Because I don't want to tell you something that makes you feel overwhelmed. What I tell you is that everything that is wonderful is in you. And the possibility to become corrupt in the expression at the body-mind level and as a human being is also a potential within you. But I'm here concerned about guiding you, because I feel it is simple enough in many cases, into the awakening of the truth that you are. And even one is going to make a huge difference. One by one is going to make tremendous difference. Because we speak of the Buddha as one being, but how much impact it has had on millions of beings. Or the Christ, you may say, as one, how much impact one single being, it appears, in this human kingdom has made such a big difference over thousands of years. You are same. We are same. You see? And yet it can be that we live in some half light of the knowledge of ourselves. That we go unaware, because as a person, you're also consciousness. As a person, a person is also consciousness. But it is a very contracted form, a very distorted form of consciousness. And good that it is like that, because the very incompleteness of the personal state makes it yearn or aspire for completeness, which take you to other levels of consciousness. And all these levels exist in you. We don't have to send to heaven. Can you send down a better? No, it's all just unfolding in you. Just unfolding in you.
Thank you.
And I'm here to try and prove this, you see? Let's see if maybe it's you. One person got up and went back down. And I said, okay, it happens. I would love to have encouraged, you stay and go. But if you are holding back, it's likely that even if I bring you to a place of complete seeing, the tendency is a bit to hold back, and then you go back to the old state. It is like that, at least for the moment, whatever that may mean.
Thank you.
Okay. Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste.
I have all these symptoms you told us. I have enormous headache. There is a picture of Mooji without voice, and the day when I arrived, I had a panic attack. I couldn't hear, I couldn't breathe, and I felt that I will die soon. And I didn't have the courage to face it, to go through it. And now, when the guy was speaking and you encouraged him to go through it and do it now, right now, the heat was coming again. And I said to myself, now is the time to stand up. And
now is the time to stand up.
And do
now
it.
is the time to stand up.
Because here with you, I have the courage.
Yes. Yes. Now is the time.
Thank you.
Because you are not just wanting, you're choosing. You stood up, you came forward. As he did also. He came up. But the little gremlins, okay, I go sit down. I go sit down. You may have come from way across the other side of the planet to come everywhere here, and right here you start to make excuses because of this. What is this thing? What are these things that come, that bring you here, and then it starts to, you can't come into the room, you feel, who is it who's doing this thing? Because it's not you. You may have played a little role in cooperating because you misunderstood what they are. But what is it that's causing this? We are going to break this power right now. We have to break this power right now. Right now you say that these things, this feeling, as I was speaking to the previous person who came, you could feel that the body was getting hot because what? The light is switched on and they can't hide. Before it can hide, it is creating certain impressions and influences in the mind that you think are your thoughts, and you're taking them on, and it's like it's closing down your life from its light and the spontaneity and from the freshness and from your joy. You see? So, but something inside, maybe it's caused you to isolate yourself. He wants you to be a recluse. So you don't get any help. Nobody come to help you. Why? Because you're a child of God, and somehow, but you're asleep to that truth. And you isolate yourself, you see. And so he's been at you for a bit. These forces are there. But now you're going to see. You are standing now, and here what happens? What is happening now? Now you've stood up. What is happening here? What is holding you now?
It's difficult to hear. It's a like.
Yes.
I must. To hear your words, I must struggle. I must be very sharp.
Listen to this. Listen to this. He's outside too. Listen to this. Something is trying to close you down. Can't hear. And the light is on him now. Light is on it, isn't it? How does it feel to know that I'm right there with you right now?
Thank you. I feel blessed.
Yes. Because you close down your... you can't hear, you can't hear. What is doing this?
This is my person, my ego, who don't want to leave so soon.
Yes. But now he has no power now.
Okay.
He has no power now. He brought out into the light, slain in the light. Because you have chosen something, you're here, and now you can hear me?
Yes.
Yes. You see? All this that is coming up, and the one that it's been speaking to, is really more the idea you've been holding on to of who you are. It's a self-image. But the self-image is not the self. Yes? The self-image has been cultivated and is always changing depending on what experience is coming. Yes. You're aware of this self-image, the sense of the person?
Yes.
You're aware of him, no? Okay. It is only to this one that this voice can speak, that these energies can try to attack. Above this he can't touch.
Okay.
Okay? Now you're in your aboveness. Now he can't come. Or you can invite him, but you stay as you are here. You see? Throw your best punch. But now I'm here. I'm only weakness now. I'm not that person. You see? The person, he comes to attack the person, the sense of the person. And as long as you, the consciousness, believe you are the person, you will feel the attack that comes. You see, it's the same for everybody. As long as you are living in the notion of yourself as a person, these forces, they are coming because they are entities and they are identities also. You see? And they feed on identity. And the more you hold on to a sense of personal identity, is all the room. They are got a free play. They are coming in, and different types will come. But you follow my voice. I tell you, you are only the weakness, and you are the pure consciousness. You are pure consciousness. You are what I am. I don't believe this. I know this. We are one. So these forces, they will try to come in some way. They look for a place where you might be weak. But consciousness has no weakness. The person has innumerable weaknesses, but consciousness has no weakness. Nevertheless, the person has not just vanished. Little traces, remnants, survive through memory and habit. But now they are just, they're not. If you imagine a snake that is changing its skin, is losing its skin, and everything is peeled away, but the last bit is at the tail, and he looks twice as long. He was pulling around this waste, dead material, can't get rid of it, trying to get rid. And now he has to find either like two rocks that are very close together, and he has to go through there and to pull off the last bits. Somehow, sometimes, it is as though you have to pull off the last bits. These are the remnants of the person that keeps coming back, and through these little remnants, although they are dead, but they're still getting a little bit of life because they're still attached in some way. You follow the example?
Yes.
It'll come down again, but this is not you. This is some old memory about a self that you are now not. You are the consciousness. Living a dream, but at least be in the dream awake. You see? Now, you are changing already as you stand there. That stress is gone. This feeling of anxiety is gone. Why it goes like that? Because again, you're back in your you're moving back in your original place. All this thing to try and stop you was because you have so much light in you, and you're not aware of your light. You think that his darkness is there, but it's only because you are not aware. Now you are aware again, and it's got to go from strength to strength. Sometimes, suddenly you may feel you come under attack, and like, whoa, what's happening? But even if this happens, there's going to be in you the light of recognition to suddenly, whoa, what is all of that? It's as though you're wearing a cloud hat, a dark cloud hat. And you start to feel, oh, why does everything look so dark and stuff like that? And then and it's gone. It's finished, it's not. But this kind of lingering now, he has no place in you. You understand that you are not this person now. You never were, you're just believing it. And it brought really bad things around you, so that your body-mind, which is your field of play, became heavy and more heavy, you see? But now you're again back in your light, and your whole aura, your whole energy is completely different. So this must not be a fading experience. This from now, every day must become your best day. You can't have any worse day, bad day. You're not supposed to have bad days. Bad day only come from mind and negative interpretation. This thing happened, and this is what your negative mind wants to think. It's habituated to think like that. But this is going to be shaken off. Yes. And I'm going to stay in touch with you. Not just by email, but by direct thing.
Thank you, I love you. I feel that I have grown.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good. Acha. The lady behind you, can come this one? Come.
Namaste, Mooji.
Namaste, madam.
Thank you for...
Thank you.
Yesterday after speaking to you, I realized it's my mind, and I'm chasing my mind, and my mind is chasing me, and it's just going round and round. And then again I sat and meditated, and then even the meditation, my body is also not under my control. When I close my eyes, some energy comes in, and my body is like some energy comes, does something differently, and I'm thrown to the floor. And after I pick up myself, I don't know who I am again, then the reality strikes again. It's just this going again and again. You're talking about, I want you to help me to find freedom, to come to peace.
Yes.
And to stop this chase. And I don't know where to go. Yeah. I want to find what is the self and true self.
Yes. Yes. If you imagine that you were some form of container, a memory container, yeah? And that all these things, all these impressions were being left in this container. Where you're speaking from is like a container of a lot of memories, of also negative experiences, and the energies are hanging around your life, which are not allowing you to just be in your natural, spontaneous harmony. There are things troubling. I don't know what meditation you're doing. And
I started with the Sahaja Yoga, and there's no guru. I just sit there, and 15 minutes I sit after at that time. It's like vibration starts, and then I'm not able to. I sit there to explore.
What is the goal of your meditation? What are you trying to attain by meditating?
When I sit there, I just sit there quietly, yes. No intention. But
okay.
Something else happens every time I sit down there.
Why else? Why something else?
Because when I turn back, every time when I turn back, it's a different experience. I don't know what's going to happen. Then the fear comes. I stop meditating, going to sit for a minute. It's when the practical life is so painful and I face there. I cry, I scream, I do whatever it doesn't bring. Then
Could you tell me something about practical life? What makes it so heavy? What is happening?
Life in the material world and everything was stable and suddenly everything tumbled down. Family, children, work, everything tumbled down. It didn't go.
What it means, tumble down?
Fell apart, husband went away, children going bad ways, job gone, bankrupted. And the fear was there. Then I come back and I try to meditate and try to fight back. And then when I meditate, it's a temporary relief. Yes, it's peaceful for some time. Then I'm thinking I'm cheating my mind and I'm here facing the reality again. And
yes, you by doing that, then you are in conflict with your meditation. You're not trusting it, because the thought comes in, I'm only meditating to escape my true responsibility. So you nullify the proper and true benefits of the meditation, you might say, because something interprets it that this is not a true way, it is simply postponing my real responsibility, which is to get my family and my life back together again. You see?
I let go finally. I was very much attached to the family as when I thought nothing is in my control, let go. Then I felt I'm very responsible, but then I realized I'm not in control and I let go.
Yeah.
And now I don't know where I am, practical life or in spiritual life, I don't know.
Let's try that for a moment. This, I don't know where I am. Because from the traditional human cultural perspective, our social and religious traditions and perspective, not knowing where you are feels like you're out of sync with society. Yes? But from a spiritual perspective, not knowing where you are and what's not going to happen is a great freedom. You must understand this thing. Not knowing where you are, you just know that you are. You know you are. And that has to mean something. Suppose you go, you're traveling and you're sleeping in a room that's not usually the room you sleep in, and then you wake up in the night and you don't know where is the door and where is you don't know, you're disoriented. So you normally, your bathroom is on the right and stuff, but now there's a wall and you wake up and you observe this, no? Anybody know what I'm speaking? Yeah, and something panic and they can't find the light switch and like this, no? Isn't there awareness of this moment? There's something there? And if in that moment you would just stop for a moment and don't fight, your orientation will come. This correct reorientation, again, it will come. But if you fight it, you strengthen the sense of disorientation. It is what is happening a little bit from what I'm picking up from you, that somehow something is fighting. You say, I feel lost, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what my status in my life is. All of these things, if you simply stop and say, you know what, that's just how it is right now. Sometimes everyone in life, you should not be so in touch with your material existence and your physical existence that every minute is accounted for. That is a sick life. If everything, not 1 minute is missing, we don't know. Does anybody know what happened to 11:32? We can't. What kind of life is that? So you have to experience sometimes the sense of feeling lost is a necessary experience, you see, in order to again be really aware in the spiritual sense. and accepting that feeling for a moment. It's not a crime. It can be a gift. Many gifts we receive, and we just reject them because your mind interpreted them as something purely negative. Sometimes you may feel lost. Sometimes you have no money at all for some time, and then you realize in this point how life is kind also, in other ways. But if you hold on, I got no money, what are going to happen to me, I got no money, no, you know, somebody put a banana in your hand, you can't appreciate. You see, so there must be some sensitivity to it. There's too much projection of how things should be, rather how they could be. And these things, I have not heard anything that should really put you in a state of bewilderment, really. It is all the way in which your mind is interpreting your experiences. In another body, another form of consciousness may have exactly, if we could imagine, the same situations happen, and they're brilliantly happy. Nothing will destabilize them. Whatever has happened, they've turned it into something good. They've learned something from it. A mistake is not a mistake if you learn something from it. Life does not have to be all nice, every day chocolate. Horrible. Sometimes you must taste some bad food, get food poisoned. It's all part of life. And you take it and still something inside is fine with it. That's just the external things. But your inner character, is going to be much more glowing with the wisdom that comes with empty mind, more empty, more pure.
I realized that eventually, one by one, when it went, after it happened,
yes,
it was for good. And every time that part went away, but myself within myself, to just stay still, quiet, as you're explaining, and I see many of people like that here. And I don't know how to realize that and be in that state. And
let's try now.
Thank you.
Let's try now. So all the things that you have really collected or it's been embedded somehow in somewhere in the mind for now. Let's say that in coming to meet with me, you had to leave all of those outside. I'm in a little room. I can't fit even any thoughts in there. Okay? And you are invited in, but you have to leave your story outside. Imagine this. You leave everything outside, your story, and this thing happened to me and so on, because I only want to meet you, not your story, for a minute. So all your thoughts about what happened in the past and what has happened and how much you tried and how much your life is not flowing, you're just going to just leave them so that I must come to know it by myself if it's true, without you telling me. And you just leave everything now. And don't come with any expectations also. You with me?
Yes.
This is right now. So we are meeting, and I don't want to bring any expectations such as, I want to be like this. Just, I'm asking, simply just remain empty of these things. Leave them aside. Even if they come back, you're not engaged with them. Okay? So imagine that there 50 people come to hug you, but I tell you, you don't hug anybody. Okay? So 50 people have come and they're all around you and they're trying to hug your foot and your belly and your head and your arm, but you are not hugging anybody. You're just like a rag doll. You are conscious, but you're not participating. Okay? Okay or not?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So just like this, Your thoughts can come or whatever it is, but you have said, no, you're not admitted. I can't go in there, and I have to have a meeting with Mooji, and you're not allowed to come. My children can't come. My husband, father, nobody can come in here. Nobody can come. Even my eye cannot come. Even my eye and its content cannot come in the room. Just now I can come. Okay? So you're here. And this power you have also. Just leave everything. Doesn't matter if they're kind of going, hello, hi, hey. You just have to come in alone. And we are here now. Okay? All your questions you leave outside also. And expectations you leave outside. Mm-hmm. And your now what? Expectations. Next, what's now what we're going to do? That you leave also. You come here like this now. We are here now. What is here?
Heartbeat, breathing.
Huh?
Just breathing.
Just?
My heartbeat and
heartbeats and breathing. That is permissible. Heart beating, lungs breathing. That's fine. And awareness of that. Okay. Okay. Heart beating, lungs breathing, and the perceiving of that. You know you are somehow. Just you know that you are here, but what you are, you don't know. You can say, I'm a woman, yeah, but what is your actual experience right now? Suffering? No. Confusion? No. Failure? Success?
Just quiet.
Yeah? Just quiet. How much effort are you making?
Nothing.
Nothing. Stay like this. We're in this room, nobody knows where it is. You're with me, and this is all you have to be. So if somebody comes and talks to you, you see what happens. Talking may happen, whatever. You don't know what is going to happen. You don't need to know what is going to happen. No concern to you. All that is what you are now. Just this. Simple advice. Let's see what happens. You're leaving to go back to London today? How are you now? How is it?
Everything is fading.
Yes, very good. Don't judge that, don't interpret, just you're seeing. You're just like two eyeballs floating in space, with nothing attached to that. Not a very attractive picture, but just that. You're only looking. And how are you?
Can't speak.
You can't speak? You want to go back to the other place?
Yeah.
Before? No. You want to come out of this?
No.
You want to change from this? Say. Very good, isn't it? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Yes. Just like that. Yes. And this is not an event. This was a casting off. You are still only that emptiness. is not an experience you're waiting for, not just this. This is the joy of being free from that. But you're still only that emptiness. I must say this, because the mind will go, ha ha, that was wonderful, no! And then somehow something. So you're not this something also. Yes. This had to express, to throw out what you are not. You're still only that, empty of content, empty of projection, empty of tomorrows and know-hows and so on. Yes. Emptiness appearing in the form of a human being. You don't have to tell anybody that. That's your heart's secret. Yeah. Enjoy. Okay. Okay. Dearest Mooji, Namaste. First, I would like to thank you for the opportunity you give me to attend the satsang. Thanks millions of times. Mooji, please have pity on me to help me changing my mindset. Help me so I couldn't see only negativity in anybody. I failed to do it on my own. Please bless me with your blessing when I return back to Canada. Thanks, Rajbir. This is already changing with you also. This is already changing with you. This was already changing with you. I noticed the change of energy is come in, and now automatically those vibrations, those old negative states, they will begin to dissipate by themselves. But you must also listen to these satsangs and try to follow what my pointing is ultimately pointing at in you. And experience it and be one with it. And these things are things of the past. Past. And then you will not use these words in reference to yourself anymore. It is over. Someone is coming, I believe it's, I heard it might be one of my favorite
Tomorrow we are leaving. So be in our contact with your email report.
Stay now, guys.
Papa. I'm leaving today. Please come with me. Okay. Thank you.